नमस्कार, स्वागत छ तपाईलाई न्यूज 32 मा। आज हामी यहाँ मिस्टर बेन रोजन सँग गफ गर्दै छौं। उहाँसँग हामी उहाँको लेख बारेमा कुरा गर्न गइरहेका छौं। How did you start as an author?
How did I start as an author? That's a tough question, Brahma. I mean, how does anyone start anything? They have an interest and they do it. Mine happened to be the first time I put pen to paper. It was just, it was like a homecoming for me. It was magical. The words just poured out. I was like 2 years old or something. At this point, I was already reading, Blake and Shakespeare. That was child's play for me. It was nothing. It was nothing.
Okay. So, after that, what's your new book about?
What's my new book about?
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't say it's a sequel to my first book because it's certainly not that, but it's a spiritual sequel to my previous book, which, as you know, The Ketchup and the Fries, a book about a man just trying to find his place in the world while working at his local McDonald's. It's like that. I would say general summary of my new book.
Okay.
It's about a young man trying to find himself in the world. It's kind of like, if you've seen the movie Benjamin Button, it's kind of like that, except instead of aging backwards, the character in my new book, well, he has incredible psychic powers. It's like equal to a stockpile of nuclear weapons within his brain. A little different, but when you get down to the nitty-gritty, it's the same thing.
Okay. So what inspired you to be a writer?
Well...
And who has been your inspiration?
Ooh, juicy question. All right, I would have to say what inspires me to write, it's the children. Every morning when I get up get out of bed, come downstairs,
yeah,
I see the look in these children's eyes and I think, there is a story to be told there. There's a story ready to break forth.
Okay.
And so it's almost like I'm reaching into these children and taking the story out.
Wow.
Putting it on paper.
Yeah. I'm
like a vessel for the children.
Wow.
Who inspired me to write?
Who's been your inspiration?
Well, Abraham Lincoln. He was cool. Also, Eminem, but like back in the early days. I don't actually understand anything that he says, but people say that it's good, so I believe them. But mainly God. Like, he said to me one night, Ben, you're going to be the greatest writer this world has ever seen. And I was like, all right.
That's great.
If that's what you want from me, I'll do it. Okay. For you. So
you are newly famous and wealthy. How's your life? So life became after rich.
Oh, I mean it's great. I wake up, whenever I want to. I write, probably once a week, if that. The other time, I spend I cruise around in my car with my buddies, picking up chicks, hanging out with famous people. I had lunch with Ben Stiller the other day, and he was sitting at the table next to me. Yeah, I think he knew me though. Yeah, he probably knew me, and it's just I've become part of this crowd. I like to think of them as the paperback crowd. The Tom Clancy's and John Grisham's, Dean Koontz, all those guys. Put out a book in the fall, put out a book in the spring. Just Michael Crichton. Yeah. So, hanging out with them is great. At Tom's recent book release party, he had us all over, and at first he had a choir of children sing the national anthem, which was just beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And Tom's a patriot. We all know that. I mean, have you seen Patriot Games? That was a great movie. Yeah, it was a good movie. And like all the video games that he makes, yeah, those are good. But anyway, so we were there, and I was hanging out with Koontz, and Danielle Steele showed up at some point. We were just kind of just shooting the crap, talking, laughing, drinking. Michael Crichton, his ghost was there. He's dead now. May he rest in peace. But yeah, and it's really funny. There was a Make-A-Wish kit there, and I don't know if you guys have Make-A-Wish here, but it's basically children who are terminally ill. They get their dying wish granted, and for whatever reason, this little kid's wish was to have Tom Clancy sing some Kiss for him. It was like, I don't know. I guess it was kind of like he really liked Tom Clancy books, but then he also really liked Kiss music, so the best thing he could think of would be like a combination of the two. So we came up with a nickname for him that night. Well, I came up with the nickname. Thought it was pretty creative. We call him Tone Deaf Tom, and you can imagine why. It's because he's tone deaf. Yeah.
Like, what kind of genres, like, books do you write? Like,
what kind of question is that?
What? It's like, I want to ask you, like, what's in your book? Like, is it like suspense?
Look, man, I don't like labels. Okay. Does it have suspense in it? Yes. Does it have thrills and chills? Yes. Is it horrifying? Yes. Is it beautiful? Yes. Romance? Check. Comedy? Abundant. Drama? People die? I don't know. Invent a new genre for me. The genre of no genres. Because, I don't even know if you could call it fiction. Is it fiction? Is it true? Is it not true? Did I make it up? I don't know. Well, I do know. You don't know. You'll never know. Only I know.
Okay. So when is your book coming out?
Oh, whenever I finish writing it.
So how long? When shall we wait for the book?
Well, I would say no later than 2015, but I would say no earlier than January of this coming year. No earlier than that.
So we'll see a book in January.
No, I said it might. If it happens, soon. It's going to be after that, not before. Not before that. Too soon. I'm still,
going deep.
Writing it. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Ben. It was nice talking to you.
It was nice talking to you too.
So may your book come soon. That's it.
Thank you. It's good to be here. Good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone. Good night.